Okay. 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 It's time to fight a giant robot. Okay. Morning, morning, morning. Why am I not here? There I am. Ah. Okay, okay. What is happening in this right now? I forget. Oh, that's right. We're fighting fucking stupid name people. Forgot about that. What's the name of this mission again? Let's see. Objective: Escape Iwaza. Or as I like to call it, the Dry Stranger's having a fun day again.
艦長前方の目標群を叩きます主砲発射最終段階へ防御シャッター下ろせ主砲車線上に味方機を認めず AG ブレーキ作動発射5秒前
Hello, Art. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you're just in time to see Mitsuba murder a lad. If they tell you the ejected out of the cockpit in time, please remember that's a lie. Mitsuba does kill traitors against humanity. There are 2 secrets in this chapter. No, I suspect one of them is killing someone with Dabamai Dues. Right? Probably. How's my voice doing? Let's see. Hey! Oh. I think Maria tonight's gonna have to just be voiced like normal because fuck if I can do her voice right now. Oh god, I can't believe that happened still. I guess it really should be expected after, like, you know, screaming my heart out. But sometimes I don't know when to take it easy. I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, right, we should do supporter Tekadon. This is one of the earliest support effects I've gotten, and it is still the most useful by far. Also, let's tactical command. I'll be getting some good stat ups. Thank you, Lelouch. Your best use for your stat up powers, because it's a significant increase. One is defeating Nai with Dab, and the other is moving next to Odelby with Dab and using the top command and feeding her with him. Good to know it is both with Baba. I had a feeling that would be like that. Even if you weren't here, I was gonna try some shit with him. Though moving up against an enemy was not what I was gonna expect. What are the goals for this one again? Is it just a kill them all? There's a kill them all. That's a normal lad. You are Batsu. You must be nice in here. No, that's Ashura. Oh wait, hold on. It might be. That's the name of the mech. Gably. Total B. Where the fuck is Nai? Ah, there she is. Sorry, most of these mechs to me look very similar. Also, by the way, Mitsuba now has the item that lets her replenish her ammo every round. So Mitsuba now has access to her super deadly awesome laser every turn, infinitely, with no problem. Gotta admit, I don't know what the XP gain is like overall. So, like, XP's definitely gone down for Mitsuba. Also, she's killed 375 people. I love Mitsuba. She's amazing. I can't wait to make her even stronger. Also, we're at that stage of the game where it has become the I use my spirits and you die. Oh, Guy's here. Wait, no, wait. This isn't Guy. That's right. I forgot. This is the other chick. The one that I thought looked kind of cool. I heard heaven and heaven there. Am I going crazy? I don't know how we got that kill, but we did. I have to wonder, like, how do there... It's been mentioned a couple times, but I think the Super Robot 30 universe is... I think it's clean energy, renewable energy sources are available for them. If I remember correctly, like, we have photon energy and a couple other ones. I think we're fine overall. Like, I'm quite sure we're in a post... We're not in post-scarcity somehow, but we are in post-energy. Yeah, okay, so we're in a post-energy society where, like, you don't need to worry about how much electricity bill costs. Because it's infinite. Not the cost, but the energy you get. But yeah. So I kind of find that funny. There are probably like 3 or 4 alien invasions away from from becoming post scarcity, right? Look, humanity makes no advances on their own. Every advance they make is because of aliens. Probably. Most likely. I would find it so fucking funny if a mecha anime was like, oh yeah, by the way, the wheel, the very first step towards mecha was given to us by aliens. Oh, so that means everything was built by aliens? No, just the wheel and all the things that led to Mecha. Not the pyramids? Nah, that was humans. Fucking awesome of them. But we tried to give in something to make them into mechs, but they didn't. Really sucked, honestly. I'd find that absolutely wondrous if there was an anime like that. There might be, who I don't know.
言っておくけど、私怒っているから。氷の刃。
Photon powers harnessed by humanity on their own. Yeah, I thought that was the case. I was mostly making a joke about how much technology seems to be coming from alien stuff, at least partially, or reverse engineering alien stuff. So the idea that like the wheel is alien origin, but the pyramids isn't, is like really funny to me. So photon power is not alien or originating, but like it'd be like the photon power. Oh, humans made that. The lamp. Oh no, that was created by aliens. I guess that's the comparison I have to make to why I find some of the settings like, or not what I find really funny. Not since I can't think of any setting that does that. It's really amazing how strong the Drive Stringer is. Like, I use Hikaru on every mission I can, and she's not at 300 kills. She's like only reaching. She's less than half of what freaking the Drive Stringer gets, and I'm not even like trying to feed all that many kills into the Drive Stringer. I just use it because it's good. Photon power wasn't created by humans, just harnessed by them. Oh, so it's like a naturally occurring thing in the universe, and humans just figured out how to use it. Okay.
しっかりやれよ、リズル。うん、全力でいく。こういう時はこれだ。撃ち抜く。
Oh, he finally got his last power, Zeal. I forget, is that the... Ooh, I can't remember what that Zeal does. Oh! Oh, that's really good. Fuck. Nice job, Izuru. You got Zeal. That's gonna be great for you. Can you believe I'm on the second highest equity right now? Can you believe that? Look at those stats. Look how strong my girl is. Here comes friend to save the day. Oh, apparently we were out of range of everything because everything's fucking dead. Though the fact that fucking Gridman has bravery as his second to last is terrifying, because bravery is... We haven't unlocked anyone with love yet. And I remember love is like really good too. Bravery and love are like the top tier of all of the fucking spirits, because they are all the spirits combined, essentially. Makes them really good. None of them can see magic. It's fine, it's fine. Magic might exist in this universe. It might not. We cannot figure that out until we find out for certain. After all, what if the Ruin Gods are just giant... What if the Ruin Gods are actually just giant plastic weapons? If Samaria can do it, why can't they? I love this shit. I still find it hilarious that they somehow were trying to justify in Code Steel 3 that they had created giant training weapons for the students, which for fucking like you know, for Kurt's 2 swords, you know what, I can buy it. I can buy it. Yeah, no, easy, got it. For Yuna's gun tonfas, for the fucking giant gun, which obviously doesn't fire plastic bullets, for fucking Muse, and for Ash's weird ass chain whip scythe. Yeah, no, what the fuck do you mean they're plastic?
Heavy metal と似た特性か。バッシュのセイバーでもらった。
いやらしい手を使って戦争で世界を変えようだなんて負けられない、絶対。
Oh yeah, you guys have giant battleships. That's not intimidating at all. At this point, very little can scare me, mostly because we have such over fucking powered units overall. I need to see if I can turn up the difficulty again. It'd be probably important. So that's... Okay, that's Ola B theirs. Let's... Oh, no. Ola B, you dumb bitch! How dare you! Get away! Get away! Can you give me Ola B? Why are you fighting me? Do you have a choice? Have no choice? Well, you're being controlled by Poseido's will. If you're in there, Poseido, then answer me. Why did you start this conflict in the first place? When the world is in turmoil, malice springs forth. What? The world is in chaos, evil boys with service. For a new world, an unending deluge of havoc is required. I'm not hiding behind fancy turns of phrases, Poseido. The only thing that motivates you is greed. No, I want to destroy the world to make it better. I swear, I'm a good guy. I won't stand and watch you use Olabi to such ends. Silence, stab on my road. No good, damn it. Our words can't reach her. In that case, we'll decide to take away her ability to fight. We can rescue her then. Hang on, Olabi. I'm gonna stop that heavy metal and bring you home. I think their aesthetic is, and their names are really silly, but... what series is this again? Heavy Metal, I think? Yeah, Heavy Metal L game. Good shit overall. I'm liking the characters quite a bit. Oh! Well, she gets bravery, making her really fucking good. Cool. Borders, take it on, please. Also, Lelouch just casually disrupt all their accuracy by 50% because you're fucking incredible.
全ては俺の読み通りだ。
任せたぞ、ルルーシュ。
捉えた。条件は全てクリアだ。これで終わらせる。
俺のヘビーメタルをよくも。
Oh, Dabba lost his turn. He talked to a girl and he couldn't move afterwards. Got it, Dabba. Your endurance is very shit, it seems. Oh, our little fairy girl has love, I just realized. Cool. How much damage? A decent amount. Bozai, please. Why is your accuracy so shit? I don't know. We should have an Excel on one of you guys, right? Yep, there we go. Then a Bozai 2. The power of having multiple people in a single ship is very amazing. I might need to upgrade to Red 5 to have like some level of morale gain, because it doesn't, like, Izuru doesn't he takes quite a while to unlock a lot of his shit because he doesn't have a high starting morale right now. Probably want to do that at some point. Also, he's not an ace yet. Holy shit. Oh, let's make him an ace. I've taken him on a lot of missions, so I'm really surprised at that. Oh yeah, it's Balor's birthday today. Oh! Oh, that's awesome! Balor's would have turned to fucking really old, but Balor's dead as shit. What a shame. Congratulations, Balor. Also, hey, look, that's a good ace bonus. Okay. Is there anyone else here today who needs? Oh, got great ace. Not there yet, so you could use it. I can still shoot down you motherfuckers, that's great. I wonder what Balor... You know, it's a very odd question, I know, but it makes... You mentioning that today would be Balor's birthday just makes me kind of think, I wonder what Balor likes for his birthday parties. I mean, he did have 6 years of growing up away from... He'd be 56 in 2024, that's crazy. He could still be alive today, is too, which is also crazy. But I'm just thinking about the fact, like, I'm wondering what kind of birthday party Balor would want. Like, if he left when he was 12, like, what kind of birthday parties did he have? Yeah, he has friends outside of, like, other people, which, but, like, just to think of that makes us go, I'm not quite sure what Balor's birthday parties would be like. I feel like for his 18th, his buddies would have probably tried to get him to, like, I don't know, go to like a upper age bar or something. But for his other birthdays, I'm not sure. Not sure what kind of kid Balor would have been, what young 12-year-old or 13-year-old Balor would want to go to. What do you even do for birthdays in Japan normally? Not actually sure. I assume they're not that different from like US birthdays, you know? Hmm. Die for the sake of our victory, please. I know this is a Super Robot Wars stream, so because the game is very easy at the minute, I kind of want to talk about other stuff too, so I will. I feel every time I think about the situation with Battler, I can't help but think like if Battler went to Rosa. If Battler, like, how would things turn out if instead of Battler going to live with his grandparents, what if Battler had gone to live with Rosa? And I keep thinking about that because I'm just thinking, like, would it have been better? It was 6 years ago. Would 6 years of difference have with it, like, if Rosa and Maria lived with Battler for 6 years, would they be, how different would things be for them, I wonder? Because we talked about this, like, amongst the family, there's no way in hell Rosa would ever let, like, anyone else in the family get near to, like, try and take care, quote unquote, of Maria or anything. But Battler's, like, the only one I can imagine, especially in that situation, where it's like, yeah, even if he's just like, oh yeah, I'll babysit Maria for you. Like, I feel like he'd even be fine doing that. It's certainly possible, but unlikely. Yeah, sadly, I do think it's unlikely that things would change that much, but I guess it's the hopeful in me going, I hope things would be able to change in that situation. You know? I just hoping that, like, maybe there is something that could have been done to make sure things are good and happy for everyone, or at least for someone. Because, like, I'll be honest, I think Maria really needed someone else in her life. Someone to be there to, like, essentially take, like, look, not Maria, sorry, Rosa. I keep fucking switching up their names, and I do not know why, and I'm hating myself for it so much. But what Rosa needed was another person in her life constantly. Because, like someone to kind of, like, ground her down to be like, no, that's not right, Rosa. Like, unironically, that's what she needed, because as it stands, she just, like, fucking, if she goes off, there's no one around to tell her stop that. No one to fight her off, no one to make her second guess herself. So it just, like, her bad behavior is allowed to just flourish when she's alone like that. Geez, if Cat followed the boss around, they'd be out of lives in, like, a week. I did do what I could, clocking out. Honestly, Chia, I'm impressed you made it this far. Maria and Rosa are both incredibly lonely people. Yeah. It was sad that.
Heavy metal は動きが速い。ここで決めるしかない。
I do wonder why the dad left admittedly. Like I don't know when he left. I don't know when Maria's dad left, but it makes me wonder, did he leave because he was a piece of shit? Because he realized, like, he couldn't handle Rosa or Maria? Like, I don't know when he left or why he left exactly, but, like, it makes me curious, because did he even love Rosa? Did he even love Maria? Did he ever know Maria's name? Like, there are questions about him which aren't, like, I don't think they're gonna be relevant to the story, I'll be honest. But they're questions I ask because I'm wondering, like, could this have ever been avoided? Could anyone have done? IRC. By the way, I don't know what that means. I know it's like for your information essentially, but they said the dad left just before Maria was born. Okay, so that makes me wonder, like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, it's like I'm just trying to think, like, it can't be like a money thing, because even if she has a failing business, you don't know for certain with the amount of debt he left them with. Apparently, I don't know how the fuck I don't know how marriage laws work your shit, but how the fuck did she get so much debt? Or how did she inherit the debt if he left? Like, the fuck? How the fuck did the 1980s laws work that ended up happening, I wonder? I don't know, but it just makes me go, huh. Sucks. Looks bad. You said I can attack someone. How? Oh, that's how. Okay.
戦うことでしか意志を示せないのか。距離があるからといって。
Like, I wonder if he ever loved Rosa. I wonder if that guy ever loved Rosa, or was entirely just kind of, I want a bitch to take my debt on. I don't know. And I suspect we might never know, because it's not a story that is supposed to answer that kind of question. Think he had her co-sign something, but you're not sure, but that will probably bring up again eventually. Eventually, I expect the details on that to be brought up, but why he did what he did, the exact reasons, I suspect are never going to be there, you know? Because it's not as important why he did it, I think. I think what's more important is that he did it at all. Like, that he did this thing, and now its effects are being felt by a lot of different people. It's what's important is the effect it's had on Rosa and Maria, not really why he did it. He could have done it he could have done it because there was a bomb that he had to go take, he could be Batman for fuck's sake and be like, yeah, still did a lot of bad shit for everyone involved. Like, it sucks. Also, I brought this up in the Discord as well, but Jesus fucking Christ, did like Kinzo's wife had no effect, it seemed, on her kids. Like, I don't know when she died, at least. I don't know exactly. So maybe fucking Rosa was like 3 when she died, but God, imagine how funny it would be if he was Batman. That would be the fucking... Honey, I left you for a good reason. What reason's that? I'm Batman. What? When Batman's entire power set is being rich as fuck. Sorry, Catwoman was calling, and I had to answer the call. Couldn't ignore that shit. Yeah, you get what I mean? He's so fucked up. The effect she had on her kids seems to be either minimal or negative. Yeah, I just find that kind of surprising, I guess, that it's so little, that the most I can really say she's affected her kids was by making them believe in Beatrice. Like, that seems to be the most lasting effect she's had on her kids, is that, yeah, she fucking hated Beatrice because Beatrice took her husband away. His wife has the same amount of narrative weight that Kinzo had love for her. Ouch, but true. honestly, I have to assume that Kinzo never told his family about the gold initially. Like, when he inherited the Ushiromiya family and became head of the family, I have to assume that either A, he didn't have the gold at the time, or B, he for some reason never told them about it because, well, obviously, like, hey, I have the gold thanks to this shit. He'd been like, no, I'm not doing marriage. I'm marrying who I want to marry. Fuck you, I've got the money and capital to do it. Or he would have been like, I feel like if he had the gold beforehand, and Beatrice, and the love with Beatrice was at least reciprocal, and it wasn't one-sided, he definitely would have been like, fuck off, I have the capital, I don't need that to save the family. You know? I'll probably get a timeline clarification later as order of operations, so it would really change how we view the events. Absolutely. Like, a lot of the stuff about, like, order of events changes the perspective majorly on a lot of different things. Because, like, even just going with, what I just said is only one example of things where it's like, the order matters a fuck ton, the order matters a fuck ton. Hell, even with what I was talking about before, like, we know for a Kinzo was veto-pilled Simp Maxter. But for how long? How long has it been a veto-pilled Simp Maxter arc? That's the important part. Also, it's very funny to think that right the fuck now, if we were allowed to see the last 3 years of which servants were working during the Ushiromiya family conferences, we could probably find out who fucking Beto is with 100% certainty. Because remember, Beto has to be someone who was there each year to talk and have fun with fucking Maria, you know? If Kinzo already had kids when he meets Beto, then that isn't a good look. Not wrong at all, Rush. Not fucking wrong. But if we're going with, honestly, interestingly enough, if we go with the Goldsmith is Krause's view on what Kinzo is like, which is, I'm willing to go with that interpretation immediately because, yeah, it just makes sense to me. Then it seems like Kinzo might have always been a shithead, possibly. I mean, if he was a shithead to his very first child, then I feel like he was a shithead to, then it kind of can be assumed he was always a shithead. But yeah, like if say Genji wasn't working, or like say Shannon and Cannon weren't working once in the last 3 years on the family conference day, then there we go, we got it identified. Well, actually, when I think about it, Shannon has to be there every year. Not because, mostly because she's supposed to be like, George is supposed to meet her each time, right? So that has to be a thing. Well, I guess Shannon has to be there every year. It will pay for throwing Kwasin Obli's mind into disarray. It said that Kinzo used the gold to rebuild the house, and we know the gold came from Beto, so yeah. Like, Rokenjima is interesting to me too, because they say that somehow Kinzo, like, tricked his way. Because remember, Rokenjima was originally a land that Kinzo was able to get thanks to his connections to the U.S. Army, and being like, hey guys, why don't you establish a naval base on this island? Wouldn't that be good? And then somehow they dropped that, and Kinzo was able to just take the island for himself. I'm still very unclear how far the development of the naval fortress or naval base got, because I don't fucking know, but like, the entire reason that Kinzo has the island is because it was originally meant to be a naval base. So, you know, it just, like, how far along did that go before it was dropped? And you'll pay for entrapping it. Anyone who controls the hearts and minds of others doesn't deserve to create a new world. This mech looks cool.
ポセイダルのために無駄死にする気か。
I just thought about it, and it's like, maybe the gold is supposed to be like US reserve money, but that would be absolutely but then I kind of dismissed that immediately because that'd be absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, imagine the US leaving how many tons of gold? 50 tons of gold behind on an island and being like, yeah, you can take it, boy. Fucking ridiculous. How much gold is in goddamn Fort Knox, for God's sakes? Like, fuck no. This is AD, we said this for good, Daba. You mean Echo's a game that really encourages to speculate? Yeah, I find it very fun. 10 tons. Okay, 10 tons of gold. How many, like, yeah, I don't feel like the US would fucking leave 10 tons of gold to this motherfucking guy, even if he really helped them during the Korean War, you know? Get out of here, Gable. We don't have time to waste on you. He's different with Quasin Obleby around. We're both fighting for a second, you and I, the strength of the sentiment that drives you will not be so easily quelled. Love, 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 power, love. We can use a stronger attack? No? No, we cannot. Whoops-a-daisy. The funniest fact of episode 4 is how fans guess Angie and Mammon would be the focus since the former showed up at the end of episode 3 and a lot had zero focus up until then. That's very funny. I had been assuming that Angie was going to get involved solely because she was a named character who was directly related to the Ushiromiya family, so I was like, oh, she'll be involved at some point. I don't know how, but I know she'll be involved. Mammon I wasn't quite expecting, I'll be honest. Down my road, this shadow of yours is giving me a splitting headache. It must be purged. Those are your true memories. They're just trying to free you. Silence, I'm Quasin Obleby, leader of Poseido's Imperial Guard. Be gone from my sight, down my road. I'm also, I won't lie, I'm increasingly thinking that everyone we see on the game... Okay, let me define this first. The game board starts once the storm arrives. So until then, everything that's been said on the game board is what actually happened in reality. So that's why there's consistently, like, Maria goes to the fucking garden, like, almost. Episode 2 is the one that's out there because it does have an inconsistency compared to with all the other episodes so far. But it's like, oh, wow, look at the shit. Like, once the storm happens, I think that's when effectively the real people of the island are replaced with Bito's versions of them. And that's everyone on the island is more or less what Bito imagines everyone to be like, which is why I go with that interpretation, because it's mainly because of how the difference between Rosa and how she acts. It's like if I imagine that Bito met up with Maria and played with her, like, let's say even 4 times, then I'd be like, oh yeah, she's fucking like having a good time and shit, you know? Oh yeah, her mom loves her. That's so nice. So she has this really skewed idea that no matter what happens, Rosa loves Maria very much so. And it's like, maybe that's true. Maybe. It's not impossible. But, well, I don't think it's to the point where she'd be saying, everyone get back, I'm only going to care about Maria during episode 2, you know? Like, I also feel like what kind of helps with that interpretation is, like, episode 3 is supposed to be the episode where it's the theory of Eva did the killings. Okay. But why the fuck is there numbers? You remember those numbers? Why the fuck would, if you were a rando online, if you were one of those witch hunters and you were trying to, like, figure this shit out, it's like, oh, wow, let me try and figure this stuff out. It's like, huh. Well, I think there were these numbers there. It's like, why the fuck do you think that? You know? Like, the numbers are... those existence tells me that what we're seeing in the episode isn't just a theory of someone else's, you know? It can't be. That just doesn't work. It has to be a tiny bit more, at least. Rosa would probably act way worse if Vito had that level of control over the pieces. I don't think so. Like, I think Beto does have a control over the pieces, but it's not like she can tell Rosa to go kill 12 people, or anything, you know? It's more like it's her subconscious going like, this is how they would act. Yeah, they'd act like this. You know, that's how these people were like. Like, that's what I think, at least. Story is undoubtedly nothing more than fantasy. The story is fiction. Sorry, I'm just looking back at the beginnings of episodes because I was curious about the disclaimer at the beginning of the episodes. And I see that for episode 1 has the disclaimer of the story is fictional. Any resemblance to real people, events, etc. is very coincidental. And episode 2 is this story is undoubtedly nothing more than fantasy. Could not possibly have any relation to real persons, organizations, places, or events. Which is interesting, to say the least. Not sure if that implies anything specific or not. Every day, you wish that Umineko Godo would actually materialize. Fuck yeah, I'd love to hear this voice acted. I'd also cry my eyes out. Like, what you're getting with me is the closer you're getting to Umineko Godo, which is a fucking shame. You guys are being robbed because of that. Some people might have literally been robbed because of that, actually. Has it been 18 years yet? If it's not been 18 years, then the magic can't happen, as we all know. It's been 6 years so far? Yeah, no, you gotta wait 18 years. Gotta get that envy and grudge up, you know? Just how it is. Just how it is. Don't worry, we have Mercy. She can't die. There's a trailer for that, the English voice of the first episode, and the English version of the opening theme. Damn. Whatever happened? Like, did they ever put out an update on the Kickstarter about what the fuck happened? But, yeah, about the disclaimer, it makes me wonder, is episode 2 absolutely fucking bullshit? Like, why was the disclaimer at the beginning of the episode changed? The first one is saying, oh, it's all coincidental. And then the other one is saying, this is absolutely fucking bullshit. Does that mean for both of them, then? I mean, they're both disclaimers that essentially say the same thing. What is written here is not true. Please take this as to mean nothing. This is a fan fiction. There's like a 30-minute video where they show off some scenes of episode 1, including the first Twilight. Damn. What the fuck happened? Like, I'm not... Like, I'm not surprised that it's hard to do. Don't get me wrong. But what the fuck happened? Yeah, you mean episode 2 had all the magic stuff show up. True. Honestly, I'm thinking that from episode 1 and 2, the main things I should be taking away from it are like the character things and nothing much else. So like I feel like I should be taking away how the characters act, what the characters do, certain like locational stuff like the church and what have you, or the chapel, sorry. But like order of deaths, how people died, what died is like, nah, I should ignore most of that shit. Like, oh fuck, no, Eva died. Yeah, okay. These are both purely fictional, as it said, because that's not true. If assuming the real world is the real world and not another possibility, which I swear to fuck if it is, then yeah, it's like no, both of these are bullshit. At least those parts of the events and the deaths and the what happened there isn't true. Rorik, how utterly shameful. Olabi! There's a chessboard and the meta, then Angie with the message bottles talking about the chessboards, and then us reading Mineko, yeah. Mineko Goat has never encountered. We haven't heard anything since 2019 when the video was privated. Damn. Curse you, Dab, I won't allow you anywhere near Lady Kwasain. Shut up for once, Gably. This is between me and Olabi. Rah. Olabi, it's me, your brother. My brother? That's right, your brother. Dab on my road. Brother. What? You're Dab on my road, survivor of the Yamen clan. Wait, that's Olabi you're talking to? Poseidon, are you seeing me through Olabi? How the fuck? The Yamen will perish, as will you, Dab on my road. Run, Daba! Bison isn't herself right now at this rate. Lady, but Daba! Also, apparently the English theme cover was done by Emily. Oh, that's fucking cool. I've listened to some of her covers, and she's a really good singer. I enjoy her singing. Paris Stab on my road. Also, her voice acting for Marin, I've only heard clips from online, but I believe it was Marin from that one anime. Really fucking good, well done voice acting there too. She seems really impressive. Lelouch! Oh my god, Lelouch did something! You went the absolute defense system. That was a little much. Lily gave you very clear instructions, Daba. When the time comes, do not falter. Seems that wasn't enough. Down my road, you may keep your head for now. You're not going after her, Daba? The way I am now, I am be powerless to stop her. So you remain plagued with doubt, that is. I was able to say to you this time, if you continue on your current path, however, you will not be long for this world. I know that, but I have to keep moving forward. I may falter again, risking everything each time, but I can't stop. If that is the belief that guides you, then let us continue to do so. There's no harm in asking for help. You're surrounded by those who would rather risk themselves than see you perish. Lelouch, your life isn't yours alone. Remember that. Proceed down my road. You have the makings of a king. Right, thanks for saving me, Lelouch. Let's regroup. I'm sorry, Olabi. Next time I'll save you. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, no, honestly, episode 4 has been the fucking worst for my mind overall. Just because it's so fucking complicated in terms of how much we're jumping around. Like, it's absolutely insane how much we're jumping around. I'm trying to think about this for a second, okay? Why was Mammon wasn't summoned for the first time in the fucking hotel room. That was not the first time Mammon was summoned. That wasn't the first time any of the sisters had been summoned. Right, because she said they were all fake in the past. And now she's summoning them again. So that means that she's decided they're real again. But when did she, and then my mind kind of goes to Sakutaro, and like, Sakutaro isn't he around right now am I going crazy, or wasn't he around in the goddamn, hotel scene? If he wasn't, fine, but if he was, what the fuck? But also, she read about Sakutaro being killed in Maria's diary, I assume, but when the fuck was that? So she knows that it is all coping. But like, what the fuck, you know? You don't seem like a bad person. After all, you're fighting for the one you love. You understand that and kindly set my way. Daba's defeat is non-negotiable. Unfortunately for you, we're fighting for Daba the same way you're fighting for someone you care about. Maybe Daba's rival today, you'll have to face me first.
ごめんなさい。行きます。ここで決めるしかない。
Also, I now have something really big to consider for a question for fucking, Umineko right now, and that's why the fuck? When and why the fuck did Beto write the letters in a bottle? Like, why? And when? Were they at the same time? Because remember, it's like, oh, they were just found. It's like, maybe. Like, and another thing is, I have to consider for a second, a big thing is, like, I was thinking, like, okay, there is an overall theory point for the game where I haven't really, I haven't explicitly talked about a lot, but it's my own kind of way, methodology, fuck, I can't speak. But it's my way of thinking of the line of information. That is to say, any information that we assume to be true must have some way of reaching the outside world or being remembered by Beto. There can be no information that is not known that is true. So, like, for example, we can't, all the information about who dies on the island is currently locked up information. It's information where we have no way to prove that anyone actually knew about what happened, you know? Maybe someone does, but currently we have no line of information. Everyone dies, or Eva's the only one alive and she doesn't speak for shit. Fine. So I'm thinking about, like, before the storm arrives, we have the family argument scene. Right? Okay. So that means that piece of information would not be known to fucking anyone but the family who was arguing, and Kinzo, Kanon, and Genji, since they were listening in. Fine. Now, Eva doesn't talk about it with anyone, seemingly. So that means that somehow that information needs to survive. Okay, so that information about the argument must be known, not just to... And if you're, as long as you're going with the idea that fucking, you know, witches aren't real, you can't say, like, oh, Beto knows because she read fucking Eva's mind. It's like, okay, either Beto was there to listen in on that conversation and know it exists and the contents of said conversation, or or Eva told her. Those are the only two possibilities. Otherwise, that conversation should be lost to time and never known. So, knowing that fucks me up quite a bit, because it's like, well, then I'm not sure what happened. I had been assuming, probably unrightfully, to be honest, that that Beto wasn't on the island on those days. But now I have to reconsider that position, because I'm going, okay, she was on the island and she was able to hear that conversation, which means she's probably Kanon. Kanon in that case is probably Beto, probably in that case. But then that kind of causes a bit of an issue where you go, okay, how the fuck doesn't she know what happened then? Like, how wouldn't she know what happened on the island if she was on the island? Did she also leave? And then you have to go, okay, hold on. The only survivor was Eva, seemingly. So if Kanon is Beto and she was on the island, then the only ways for her to get off the island without anyone knowing are either A, Eva, like, hit her, and Maria's jawbone. Yeah, Maria's jawbone is fucking horrific. And I still don't know how they died in a quote-unquote accident when a body is so badly mangled to find her jawbone separate from her body. I'm fucking playing Robot Wars less than talking about this shit because I have time, right? How do you have 0% chance of hitting? Oh, fuck it. Sorry, the meta layer seems to exist in a plane separate from real world, so the rules are a lot looser there. Yeah, at least in some ways. The information is less exact. But what I was saying is, like, there's too many like, if Canon is Beto and she's on the island, the only way for her to get off the island without the wider world knowing she has survived is either A, she got off the island by the fisherman first, went off and Eva never knew. 2, Eva knew and didn't tell anyone for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Or, like, maybe Eva could do it. Like, okay, admittedly, if Canon in this case is Beto, that means Canon is fucking probably one of the people who can compete for the head. And if, like, especially if Canon knew where the gold was, like my theory for why everything happened is right, then it's like, oh yeah, fuck it. Canon was aware then and was like, oh shit, and Eva realized, oh shit, that gives you good right to the family inheritance. And then Canon went, I don't want any of that shit. And Eva was like, really? And she's like, yeah. Promise? Yeah. Fine. But, like, I don't imagine Eva letting her live if Canon was the only one left. That's especially after her fucking entire family died. So, like, Not the information is less exact, more like the magic denizens there seem to have a complete truth of the event already. Which is interesting by itself. Actually, where did your theory that Beto doesn't know anything about the island come from? That was, so, to be more specific, Beto doesn't, it's not that Beto doesn't know anything about the island, it's more so she doesn't know what the fuck happened that day. And the reason I said that was because, you know, she's setting up a game board at all. It's like, hey, what if this happened on the island? What if this happened on the island? It's just like, why the fuck do you keep having to change the scenario to, like, trip up Battler? Why not just reuse episode 2 scenario? Episode 2, Battler couldn't fucking figure it out. Why not just do the same thing again? It's the idea that if Beto really knew what happened on the island, why does she keep changing the scenario? She's found a winning move before. Why not just play it again? If you just want Battler to submit, bring up the same blockade in front of him and say, look, you can't solve this shit. Give up. Maybe the game board serves a different purpose then? The Sarge office is suffering engine trouble? So be it, mortifying his baby, we have no choice but to retreat. We shall find your stead, Lord Giwaza. Nothing about the way he fought dedicated he was serious. I wonder why he didn't retreat sooner. There must be a reason. Something guiding Giwaza's actions. It's that. Also, it's my current theory that I'm of the opinion still. I'm of the strong opinion that Purgatory well, isn't it because she doesn't want Battle to lose heart? That's the meta theory. Admittedly, is that she wants Battle to figure out what happened on the island, which, you know, like, okay, we gotta go. I gotta go into this then. If Beto truly, actually wants Battler to solve the mystery and figure out what happened on the island, why isn't she just telling him? Why do this entire roundabout thing, you know? That is her truest desire, and she knows what happened. Why not just tell him? You know? He fucking, well, why? Why not? So then, in that case, you have to look at it from a different perspective, because it makes no sense if that is her actual... If she knows the truth, and she wants Battler to find the truth, she would just tell him the truth. Obviously. So in that case, you have to then go, there's another reason. And this ties into my theory that it specifically, the Battler of Purgatory and is the same as Purgatory Beatrice. They are the same person. They're the two different ways the same person is seeing the events of what happened on the island. In which case, we go with the idea that Beto doesn't know what happened on the island. There's a difference between finding the truth and being told it. Yes, but I don't know what the difference would be in this case for, like, what is gained from Battler finding the truth. Like, what does he gain compared to being told the truth? Like, oh, if he's told, oh yeah, actually, Cannon fucking murdered them all with a 10 caliber pistol. She had infinite ammo. It was all fucking crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. This happens in the Metal Gear universe, so you know I'm telling the truth. Infinite ammo headbands, you know? I'd be like, okay. Yeah, so, and then compared to Balor figuring that, it's like, what's gained? What does Balor gain from, or Beto gain from, like, figuring that out? So it's like, I'm not sure. I don't think there really is anything necessarily gained. So it's why I'm kind of going with the idea that it's like, oh no, Beto doesn't know the truth. This is Beto and Beto here. And if you go with that perspective, it makes a bit more sense, because in that case it becomes Beto is, and especially when you go with the Beto is raised by Kinzo for at least a little bit to become another Beatrice, because he's a fucking obsessed loony. It goes with the idea that, like, yeah, she's kind of having to cope. She's going, maybe someone survived on the island, maybe Balor survived, maybe anyone could have survived. And kind of hoping by, like, absence of answers that good things could happen. Like, hey, if it's an evil witch, then, you know, maybe someone survived. Or maybe she's blaming herself, which is why Beatrice does the murders. But blaming yourself and actually doing the deed is very different. Well, we'll probably find out the motive behind the board eventually. Seems like a core part of the mystery. Yeah, which is why I'm trying to solve it. Obviously. I'm not theorizing about it for no reason. I'm theorizing about it because it's important. But it's very questionable. I think it makes no. I will say that the big question that arrives at this, no matter where we go, no matter what you posit everything as, of like, if Balor is real, if Beto's real, if there's the same person, or what have you, even like it's a big part is why the fuck does why is Balor important to Beto? I still don't know. Know that Beto would lose her powers if Lambda chooses so. That could be another reason to keep the games running. Except Beto actually wants the game to end. Unlike Lambda, Beto wants the game to end. Beto's saying the game needs to end. Either I win or you lose. Beto's not trying to fucking make the game keep going on longer, seemingly. At the very least, Bernie and Lambda assume that Beto doesn't want the game to keep on going. Otherwise, they would have stopped her. But yeah, I that's a question I've been asking myself, and I haven't been able to think of an answer, is why the fuck is Balor, of all people, important to Beto? Like, Balor hasn't been around in 6 years, for God's sake. He hasn't been around in 6 goddamn years. And that makes me question, like, no one who is likely to have survived, like, I'm guessing T-Ray and Rudolph don't fucking survive this, should care about Balor this much. Like, there's seemingly no reason, at least. Like, why do you care so much about Balor? Why do you seem to have, like, what is so important about Balor? It kind of goes into my entire idea that probably someone on the 18th, like, I have to flip the entire premise of the chessboard, to use Balor's expressions, and say, maybe there weren't 18 people on the island that day. Maybe Balor wasn't there. And in that case, I can kind of get why they'd be obsessed. But of course, that brings up a very valid question of, Balor wasn't there, what the fuck happened? Why is Angie alone then, you know? Like, that would be an obvious question. If Balor's alive, what the fuck? Maybe you're getting hung up on the idea that Beto needs to survive the island. I don't think we're fucking seeing Beto's corpse talk about herself in her dying moments. Rush. I really doubt that. So like I'm hung up with the fact that Beto has to be alive because, you know, that's it. But if the only way I can reconcile right now the ending, the fact that like the idea that Battler is alive and was not on the island is, I hate to suggest it. I really fucking do. There are two ways. Either one, Angie's real world isn't the real world. If Ito said she died on the island, then that could be used as a mark against magic. I could also view it as a mark for magic because she's talking to Battle right now, but everyone in story seems to either kind of subtly acknowledge that Purgatory doesn't count for the argument of, is magic real? Which I find kind of funny. No one in Purgatory is acknowledging that what happens there is proof that magic is real. Everyone there is kind of quietly going, that's not part of this discussion. Don't talk about it. Or the other thing I was thinking about is maybe Battler was hurt as fuck. Like if Battler, let's say for a second that Battler actually was on, like, no, I don't like that, no. But I will keep with the idea right now, at least, that I think the very premise of the mystery, that there were 18 people, only 18 people on the island, and that it was this 18 people, I don't think is true. I think that either there were not 18 people on the island, or it was not these 18 people who were on the island those days. That's my current opinion. Because I think that it isn't... I don't think that's true. In the end, you think it's less the total non-magic, more than now magic being a player in the events of Rokujima. I'll be honest, Rush, I've been willing this entire time to kind of accept that as a fact. Like, if magic's I've been kind of willing to accept magic could be real, but I don't think magic was involved at fucking all during what happened at Rokujima. Like, that's been my actual viewpoint, more or less. Like, that's how I think of things. Like, if I have to accept magic is real, fine. But I'm not going to accept that it was involved in what happened during that time, you know? Facing them directly, Sony made it clear that what we're up against. He cannot be allowed to so much as approach Poseidon. He's probably not Luby's adjutant, but her observer. God, the single map is taking a lot longer than ever before just because I'm fucking slow as shit. I'm really stuck on this, honestly. I want to figure out what could have happened. And the questions I have are, if any of them got answered, I'd probably be able to figure this entire thing out. If any of the more minor questions, who was there on the past and stuff. And I still can't even deny the possibility that, well, there's a time period of 6 years where Battler could have interacted with anyone. Battler could have gone anywhere, essentially. So, that entire bit there really says, maybe Battler did meet Beto before. Maybe Battler met Beatrice when she was fucking Beto when, like, she was going on vacation or something. Maybe when she was up. Maybe he visited the Gospel House by accident. I don't know, like... A lot could have happened in that 6-year period, which could explain a lot of different things. And because of that, it's hard to dismiss almost anything out of hand. Last, how does Zaba continue to elude me? I think it may be time for a look in the long, hard look in the mirror, Gablai. Oh, that trigger's coming in the high-flying rebel loud who only master is his own whimsy. With a Lady Clausen save, I can consider my duties done for the day. My only master is my whimsy? I suppose you may be right. Kappa, I don't think I can keep this up forever. Rokujima wasn't made to be an easy puzzle. I know. I also find it hilarious that I'm like 98% confident in my answer for where the gold is. I find it absolutely horrendous that how I found out, or at least have tried to figure out where the gold is. Like, I'm actually really confident in my fucking, like, Gospel House plus gold theory. I'm really confident in that. I'm even confident in my Beatrice theory. It just fucking sucks that like actually figuring out what happened there is so hard. Like, I need to know. I desperately need to know what could this have been taken as an accident? What could have been found at the end that is like, oh, this is an accident? Oh yeah, could be any place in Painlands to play Higurashi Ziconio in the future. I was thinking about that. I'm thinking maybe. Honestly, for any visual novel, I feel like I need to do these 12 hours a week, like I do with Umineko, because otherwise I just don't have enough time to get through everything. So 12 hours is almost like a minimum for how long I need to play. So maybe, maybe not. I heard Ziconio is also like a dead in the water thing, like they're not making another one, sadly. That might rope River Death in Lord Giwaza's name. He's even more imposing than usual. I don't know what she's going through, but I'm not going to lose. Fight me if you must, Naimo. Hand, just don't expect to win. Honestly, that's one of the biggest points of in the puzzle right now that I can't figure out is what happened on Rokujima that everyone dies. Horrific fucking states of the body. Ziconia is on hiatus at the moment. Hasn't been on hiatus for like years though. Anyway, where the bodies are so mangled that one person's jawbone is fucking completely detached and was only found after a while. And then you have to kind of see that and go, what the fuck? Wait, hold on, what the fuck? Since there were several unidentified body parts in that gruesome scene, the straw was probably an extremely fortunate find. It was one of the rare instances where a corpse was identified thanks to dental records. Ryukishi didn't want to write a story about war while there was a major conflict going on. That sucks, I guess. Please don't kill. Huh. By the time you read this, I will probably be dead. Although there may or may not be a corpse, you who have read this, please find out the truth. It's my only wish. That's a suicide note. That's a suicide note, isn't it? That's not a... Okay, then. That recontextualizes a couple things. Sorry, as you just heard me read out, I just read out that letter and I just kind of hit me. That's not necessarily someone saying, please find out what happened to Rokujima during those 2 days. That's not even mentioning Rokujima at all. That's a suicide note. What the fuck? I feel like I just got fucked in the brain by that realization that that's probably a suicide note and not a request to solve the mystery of what happened. Which means that the letters could have been tossed out at any point. Which means that they're pure fantasy. Beatrice wanted to die. Which... Maybe the writer never intended for themselves to survive? Maybe, but... Well, definitely. They never intended to survive, but... This is a suicide note. That's plain and simply what it is. That's your favorite part of the When They Cry games is the recontextualization. I guess after fucking... Maybe it's just the fact that I've taken a while and looked back on it. Or maybe it's the fact, like... I had that moment where... With, Maybe it's the fact that we just had Angie say she wants to die. That's kind of, like, triggered this thought process in me. But it just kind of hit me, like, that's not a request for, like... That's not a request to solve a mystery. That's a request to kill... That's someone promising, I'm gonna kill myself. Please find out why... unveil why I killed myself. Like, basically... Like, that's what that was. That's not... Huh.
ビームが効かない相手とは厄介だな。行け、インファンネル。これで決める。
まだまだ。
That's why Balor isn't dead. Oh my fucking god, that's why Balor doesn't die.
流れが敵に傾きつつあるか。
That's why. Because, like, that just hits me too. It's like, in the first 2 episodes are based on the notes in the bottle. Balor doesn't die in episode 1 or episode 2 until after the final bell rings. Balor wasn't... Bio never knew Balor was going to be on the island during those days. She never knew. She couldn't have known. Everything stands by that she didn't know about that. That's why he's not... He doesn't die in those ones. He dies in episode 3 because people assume he has to die. On the Eva killed everyone theory, but like that's not based on what Beatrice wrote. So It's possible that she did learn as he's on the score sheet. Yeah, but that's after the fact, per se. So, like, yeah, eventually she learns that he's on the island. Don't get me wrong, but when the notes were written, I don't think so, because I don't, like, correct me if I might be wrong here, but I don't think the score sheet is part of the notebook. Otherwise, episode 3 wouldn't have had a score sheet too. You know? Right? Episode 3 had a score sheet? Am I going crazy? Lord Yuaza is supposedly unslain, and it forever bring my shame. Did episode 3 have a score sheet? Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. If it didn't, then that does toss up some part of my theory, admittedly. It was brought up in the conversation with the Witch Hunter that there is a list of the deaths. Yeah, I'm looking at episode 3. I don't see... I'm looking at the credits for episode 3. I don't actually see a score sheet, so... Huh. How is the score sheet worded? Battler on the last... Am I cursed to ever be of use to you, my lord? Battler's listed last on the score sheet in episode 1. And where's he listed on episode 2 score sheet? She keeps dropping the ball. I wonder if they might drop her. Naimon Mokan. Is your love for Giwaza that drives you to fight like this? Come on, where's episode 2 score sheet? Why am I still fucking around with this? Here we go. Battler once again listed as the last death. Or listed last in the score sheets. The Vasal forces have retreated. And we still know what Giwaza Lo Wa was after all. And Kwasin Olavi is still... Oh, Daba. It's okay, Liz. There's still hope. This battle taught me something. My presence was enough to inspire my change. Oh, okay, wait. No, there is a score sheet. I found it. For episode 3. Or, right? God, I gotta open this shit up. You're not easily discouraged, I see. 1 or 2 failures won't deter me, not as long as my allies support me. I may falter, but I'm not going to give up. If that is so, you have to decide on, so be it. But don't throw your life away, Dava. You're needed, here and elsewhere. Of course, I wonder if I can actually live up to all of that. I have fucking... This has not been a Super Robots War stream. It's been a fucking goddamn Umineku stream. I believe that should clear me of any suspicion. For the one in charge of the Extra 13, the way you fought was utterly devoid of conviction. You can see earning your trust require a little more doing. In my case, allow me to send an envoy to Poseidon to ensure my intentions are relayed without fail. An envoy? Who? My aide, Naimo Khan. You offer me your lover as a hostage? Very well, Giwaza Loa. I should make for an acceptable proof of your loyalty. You can leave her in my care as soon as you're ready. A bit of a little girl swaggering around with bravado. Lord Giwaza, I trust you're willing to go, Nai? If you so wish. Please, Nai, my future depends on you. It's quite the bet I'm making, but wherever the dice may land, I'm still in the game. Nai, if you end up putting me at disadvantage, then that will be when we say goodbye. Oh, only hope it doesn't come to that. Yeah, she did. Mitsuba did amazing as usual. No surprise there. And I only got 1 mission done this time. I only got one mission done today because I fucking was talking so much. Holy shit me. Also, I want to save up for this last level of the hang unit facilities because I want to upgrade the dry stringer to max. Oh my god, I'm such a problem. Ah. Okay, before I end the stream, I want to check this out to make sure to see if I was going crazy. Was there a scorecard at the end of episode fucking whatever? Oh, BBC on Rokujima. Yeah, just give me a second. I'm actually checking on Rokujima quickly. I need a... This is fucking characters, tips. Episode 3. Which is score sheet. Here we go. No, he wasn't listed last that time. A better time to lose your mind about Yumi Neko than in a mech. Fucking hell. Well, I guess I'll try to figure things out. In the meantime, it was a suicide note. What the fuck does that... Everything contextualizes so much. Thank you all for coming to today's live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this Yumi Neko live stream. Yeah, we're gonna have another one later tonight. Ooh, goddamn. If first time coming, suggest you subscribe to the notification most to where I'm streaming. If you like my video, leave a like and comment down below. As well, share the video around with whoever you think might be interested. And until next time, I'm gonna get up close. I'm gonna get quiet. I'm gonna say bye.